welcome back to my garden. I thought I'd talk about all the different ways that I grow things. For example, sometimes it's in ground, sometimes it's in a raised bed, and sometimes it's in a raised bed on concrete. And actually, we'll probably focus a lot on that because that's my current project. And I'll give you all the tricks of what you need to do in order to be successful growing on concrete. Unfortunately for me, my driveway gets the best sun out of my entire space. So I grow, or I'm planning to grow on concrete over there. And I'll show you how I do it. So right here in a raised bed, I have hydrangeas, I have blueberries, there's some more hydrangeas, and then that's a blueberry back there. So I've mixed that. I'll have another video talking about why and how I've mixed it. On this side, I have really beautiful dahlias. And then I have roses. These dahlias are as tall as me now. And here's these. A really lovely taupey color. I'm still working on it, but you can see I have a lot of things in containers over there. I actually just planted these into the ground. So here I have hydrangeas and blueberries because they have the same grow requirements. And then over here I've got some pumpkins in the ground. They're being protected from this girl. Okay. And then in the pot right here I also have hydrangeas. Kira girl. And then on this side, same thing. And this is right here is actually a lychee tree that... Okay, Kira, you're in the way. Can you say hi? So this is a lychee tree. Okay, you can't have the camera. Kira, look. As I was saying, my driveway has the best sun. Now, and there she is watching from the window because Beau's out here. Beau, come here. Say hi. Come say hi. Hey, buddy. Yeah, say hi. No, you can't go. Come here. Say hi. Okay. We're gonna go put Beau. Here, we're gonna put you in the back. Alright, so as I was saying, my driveway has the best sun. And this is where I'm gonna grow. Now, it's looking a little ragged. These are beds that I had installed at my Pasadena Showcase House garden. Yes, I'll have a video for that too. But I brought them over here. I've repurposed them here and I need to fill them. Now, the trick with growing on concrete is that you have to be really careful about drainage. I mean, in general, you should be really careful about drainage, but specifically for growing on concrete, a regular raised bed on open soil, the water will just continue leaching through and feed the soil underneath. However, if it's on concrete, it can't do that. And because of that, I am using perlite to help with drainage. And you do need to make sure you're paying attention on how you're watering. So I'm using grade 4 perlite. There's just two different brands that were there available. To me, they're kind of the same. There isn't one brand better than the other, but I'm gonna get these filled up because I need to buy soil, and then we'll fill it with soil, and then I'll fix the irrigation. I thought about doing the irrigation first, but I'm just gonna do the soil because I have that, and I don't really want to play with irrigation right this moment. So I'm gonna get to filling that. And in case you're wondering, I gotta work fast because I'm fighting the sunset. So you can see the bed is all lined. Okay, let's move on to the next. So I filled the beds about 1/5 to 1/6 of the bottom with perlite, because once the water goes through the soil, it would actually just sit in the soil, on the concrete, and not drain. But now that I've got perlite, I've got a lot of extra air. It won't compact because perlite looks like this. This is really big, chunky perlite. It's not the same perlite size-wise that you see in your potting mixes. And so all these little nooks and crannies right there, there's a lot of air pockets, and the water can just drain through the soil at the bottom. So I think that's it for tonight. I'll start over in the morning once I go buy some more soil, because as you can see, I need a lot of soil. So that is on my task. Maybe I should bring you with me. Yeah, let's go buy soil tomorrow. All right, that's it. It's the next day. I've picked up 2 different kinds of compost, Malibu compost and also mushroom compost from my farmer friend. So let's unload the car. First, this is what mushroom compost looks like straight from the farm. These blocks were growing mushrooms. You can see right there through the bag, there's some mushrooms that were peeking out. And I've used my friend's mushroom compost multiple times, and I get a fantastic result. So these guys are gonna go into those beds, and also the bagged compost as well. So let's get to unloading. This is what it looks like up close. That's what this looks like. It's really broken down. You can see pretty good. I'm gonna do about half. Now this one's ready for soil. I need to buy some soil, so empty the car. Let's go pick some up. I just got to Green Coast. I'm picking up some soil. Let me show you around. So there's a lot of nutrients on the wall. Then I like to use this stuff over here. I use down to earth quite a bit. This is a hydroponic store. Yes, please. And this is where if I get ocean forest, there's ocean forest, happy frog, but I'm getting these guys. All right, we are loaded up, thanks to Cyrus. There are 7 bags at 3 cubic feet each of the Route 707, and I'm just gonna dump them in the beds. Time to go home. Back from the store, time to unload the soil. My kids are playing baseball, so that's why you hear a ping. There you go. Right on cue. I don't know if the mic's gonna pick it up. We'll see. But let's unload this. I try to be as efficient as possible, straight from the car into the bed. So this is 3 cubic feet. I'm 5'4", so yeah, it's kind of big. Make sure I'm not smashing my irrigation lines, even though I'm going to redo these. They are connected, so I don't want that to get all messed up. Let's tuck this back here. These beds are light, so I have to be careful when I'm loading these guys, because it can really move the beds around, and I don't want that, because then it'll be a hot mess. This out of the way. Okay, so let's open these guys up. Right. So this is what it looks like. You can see, really nice and fluffy. That's why I like to use it. I always cut the bottom of the bag, so it's not so hard for me to lift this and empty. Just like so. Bag 2. On the back of this, you can see peat moss, forest products, perlite, cocoa fiber, pumice. Then it comes earthworm castings, feather meal, bat guano, soybean meal, fishbone meal, green sand, volcanic rock dust, and kelp meal. So it has mycorrhizal fungi as well. You can see how much is in there. I think this one can take one more. I'm gonna put it right. All right, it's looking good. Let's put in one of these. beds are filled. I just took off the original irrigation. These beds were used at Pasadena Showcase House, and because I'm moving them back, I've changed their shape, and these don't fit right anymore. So I'm gonna try to salvage what I can, and I'll just show you what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so you're gonna watch me. Ooh, I'm getting toasty out here. I'm gonna take this off now. Oh, okay. So I am going to mark out what pieces I need irrigation-wise. So when I'm salvaging the pieces, it makes sense. So plus I had to play with colors, right? There's some colors. So I know I'll probably use the distribution line. I'm not gonna mark out the 1/4" strip, but I'll mark out the distribution line. I'm gonna mark out the leader lines that I use for it. Let's do pink for elbows and purple for tees. So let's see how this works. I've never actually done this. It sounds like a great idea in my head. Distribution line to leader and distribution line. Actually, I'm gonna do a leader here, that way. Go down to here, and then a leader line here. So that means I need one elbow here, one T here, one T here, and then these will be for my figure eights to close the line. So we'll do an 8 here, an 8 here, and an 8 here. Seems easy enough, right? Distribution line, my line actually goes from back there. So we're just gonna go from here. Distribution line, T, figure 8 for the leader. Here's T, figure 8, and then elbow here, and then figure 8 there. So I have some elbows. I'm gonna cut these out. So I'm gonna salvage some of these pieces. Here's the figure 8, here's some tubing. So let's see what I can salvage. All right, so I know here's the figure 8 that I'm gonna need. So I'm gonna cut this here. My figure 8. Let's see. Let me see if I can get this out. I don't know if it's possible or if it's worth it, but these guys are like $2 a piece. Otherwise, I wouldn't even care. This looks like a bad idea, but let's see. Hopefully I don't impale myself. This is going to be too much effort. I am not going to do this. Yep, I'm not salvaging this. I'm gonna get hurt. All right, so I am going to salvage the lines that I can. Right here, I'm gonna cut these lines because I can easily reuse these. Unfortunately, this hose is toast. This hose I can reuse. Unfortunately, that's toast. So is this. I'm still gonna hold on to this, and maybe if I use a blow dryer or something, and I have some free time in front of the TV, maybe I could salvage these. More for an environmental thing, if anything. So this, I think, can be my leader. I don't think these pieces are salvageable, but this piece I'm going to use, I don't know, but I'm going to use these drip lines, these 1/4 inch soaker hoses. I don't love soaker hoses, but we're going to use it. Oh, here is a figure 8 I could use. Yeah, there was one here. So just slip it off. I'm just going to cut this off right here. And here's the other leader I'm going to use. So you thread it in one end, pinch it, and then close off this end. You don't have to do this at this step. This is just what I'm doing. So that's 2 liters. I need 1 more, about the same size. Here are my salvaged soaker hoses. I'll show you what we do with those later. These are no good. No. Here is some more. Again, gonna save this for another day. No good. Nope. Unfortunately, these are one-time use unless you can somehow figure out how to take them off. So we're gonna cut these. So this is a 1/4 inch with 6 inch distance between emitters. I prefer these over soaker hoses. These get clogged and they don't work great, but we use what we have. This is now, unfortunately, trash. Got our leaders made. What I'm going to do is I have this distribution line running all the way down in case I ever want to extend from here. I can just undo that end and make a connector for future. So now let me get my cutters. I'm sure there's a better name for it, but here they are. I'm gonna cut right here. I'm gonna add this on this end. I'm gonna add this this end. Okay. I have my leader. Step a little closer. Oh my gosh. At this point, I'm pretty tired. So here we go. They're compression fittings, so you gotta really squeeze and push them in there. So this is gonna just sit right here. I had some clips, but anyway, this is where it's gonna go. And then you do the same right here. Oh, okay. Grab my line. All right. Oh, this is really tiring. I don't have the best strength anymore, hand strength. So here's my leader. It's gonna fit right here. I'm gonna do my best not to pinch the line at all, but not perfect. So, okay, just gotta squish it in there. See, when you tug, not going anywhere. So I'm gonna fix that so it doesn't move anywhere. The next bed, I'm gonna come over. I want my leader right here. So I'm gonna give this a snip. Oh, there it goes. This is gonna flip out, but you can see I have some clips that I use. Oh, I don't want any dirt in the line. This is going here. All right, now grab the line, compression into here. This one, maybe that's coming out a little bit. All right, we're good. Whew. I'm hot, tired. All right, so I'm gonna clip that guy there. And then I'm gonna grab a figure 8 to close up the end. So over here, you can see this is my roll. And I've decided, instead of using a corner to end the line there, I'm actually going to end the line on this end in case I ever decide to extend to the other side. So I'm gonna do it right around here. And I'm just going to pinch this, but first, slide it on. Oops, I'm gonna go the other way. Give myself some slack, then pinch it on. And since I have these clips, I'm just gonna clip it in. Let's see, I don't have clips on this end. I'll probably put one right there. So here is my distribution line. You can see there's the leader and it's capped off. Over here, the same thing. And since I already have these clips, I'm actually gonna just, okay, this one's open, so one-handed, clip it in there. And then come over here. Probably gonna need to add a clip right here to hold that line right there. I'm gonna add a clip right there. Same on this side. I can actually clip this guy in. It is, let me see. It's 6:50. I gotta feed my family. I gotta feed myself. And if there's daylight left, I will line these. Even if I have to do it in the dark, I actually have a Ring doorbell right here, a ring light, so I can actually do this in the dark. Okay, time to eat. I refilled my buddy. It's time to do a 1/4-inch strip line, but right before I do that, I'm actually gonna flush the line, and I'm gonna open up all the lines. Now this is the distribution line, and the reason why is I don't want dirt that could have gotten into the tubing while I was installing to get stuck. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flush real fast, because then when I flush again, there's less likely to be as much that gets into these tubings, because these are much, much smaller. It's 1/4-inch, these are 1/2 inch. So if we see water coming out, hopefully in 3 different spots, then we've done our job. So let me show you. All right, so it's time to take off this. I've opened up the line, opening up this line, and now opening up this line. So real quick, now I'm going to grab my phone because I have the ratio, and let's see. So this is my ratio. I'm going to do a quick run for 1 minute. Yay! Did you see that? Oh, and we have water. Do we have water here? So this one, yep, we got water. So you can see all that dirt coming out. We're flushing. All right, and I didn't water the bed, so I'm just gonna leave that, and I'm actually gonna pinch it like so. Flushing the line, pinching. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Irrigate here. Whoop. All right, it's off. Okay, now the line is pinched. My little irrigation kit. I have a hole punch. Oops. I've got couplers. And I've got drip line. So let's see how long this is. Okay. Perfect. This will fit this bed. So I want 2 about that length. I might be able to get this to go. I'm salvaging these, so this is a little longer than I need. We're going to poke a hole here. So there's still water in the line. Put that in. Put the fitting. Put the 1/4 inch right over the coupler. It's probably really hard to see. I don't know. And I'm actually going to overlap it like this because this is 1/4 inch every 6 inches. And this is soaker hose, and I like the performance of this more, so I want to spread that out. I'm gonna go with 1, 2, 3, probably about this distance. Okay. Then poke this guy in. Over here, we're gonna go with one of these with my poker. I'm sure there's a much better name for this, but we're gonna poke a hole right here. I didn't hear anything. There we go. And then find the hole. Oh my gosh, it's not going in. There we go. Make sure there's no dirt because we don't want it to jam the line. That's the other end. Shove that on. And then one last one right there. So again, there's my coupler. I'm gonna go right around here, poke a hole. You can also attach this first, so there you can see it a little bit better. And then here, get something else to hold on to. So, okay. We now have coverage. Ugh, I cut my finger. That's gonna hurt. Part of the job. Okay, this is a little awkward. I'm gonna go poke here. All right, you can see the water came out, so that means it went through. Okay, I dropped one, but here, again, this is oh man, I dropped it. Here we go. It's a little repetitive, but ouch. At this point, I've been gardening a lot today, probably 6 hours. Just getting my garden ready for me to be gone. Okay, so I'm gonna run this all the way down to the end. This is gonna feel so good when I'm done. It's like a workout, you know? Sucks when you're doing it. I should not be lazy and just go get a pin, but I don't want to get a pin right now. So, oh, I keep dropping these. I'm gonna hold this down like so. I'm gonna get a pin. I can't take it. So I'm using these staples, which look like this. I'm gonna hold this end down while I work. Okay, now. So these are 6-inch emitters, one here and then one here. So I don't want it to land right on top of the emitter, which is kind of where it's looking like right here. I think I can split the difference in between these guys and cut here. Use this guy. At this point, all the parts are called guys, okay? And then here, about 6 inches. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I gotta finish. Okay. This is a very awkward position. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. I don't know why, I'm just done. I'm tired. I think I'm done after this. Hot shower sounds fantastic right now. Okay, so actually, I don't know if this is long enough. Let's test it out. It might be. It might be, it might not be. Let's see. Is this thing long enough? It is not long enough. Dang it. Can I make it work? Can I make it work? I cannot make it work. I'm gonna add a coupler because I have a scrap piece right here. That's the pop. Insert. Now this piece only gets to here. So I'm gonna use this so I can use a scrap piece and not waste it. So put that there so no dirt gets on it. And I have this little scrap piece. I'm gonna connect like so, and then connect it here. So that way we're using scrap. We're not wasting. Because wasting is bad. Okay, almost there. Okay, little thing right here. And split the difference. Give it a poke. Insert. Nice and snug. Okay, 1/4 inch drip line is in. Now it's time to test it on the Ratio app. We're gonna do a quick run. Let's try for 2 minutes because I need to soak the beds anyway. Why don't you watch it and tell me if you see water? There's water. It's so satisfying. I'm gonna let this run. I'm gonna soak the beds so we can plant in the morning. This is really, really satisfying. But before we're done, let me show you the difference between how soaker hose and this 1/4 inch emitter works. So you can see it's actually dripping right here. See that? Whereas the soaker hose, it's kind of coming out right here. Kinda. It's just the whole thing just wets. And the issue with this is it can clog pretty easily depending on how your water is. So far, so good. Everything sounds like it's getting water. With that, it's time to clean up. And this is the soaker hose I have not used. So I'm gonna save this, just roll it up. I have a few more beds I'm gonna do, not for a little while, maybe in a few weeks. But I'm gonna save this and try to use it. It's now 9 o'clock and I'm done. So it's time to clean up. I'm gonna put all this away and I'll see you in the next video.